Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is BookList Thursday, and BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book, thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today is, we're at the kickoff of the first long holiday season of, I would call it summer, even though we're still in spring. But we're right before Memorial Day. I know I am looking forward to having a few days off of work and just to get outside. It's supposed to be quite nice in Wisconsin, so let's hope that stays. But kind of in that theme and in that mind of getting ready for summer, Sarah and I thought we could come to you with some Backlist beach read recommendations. And so these are books that have been out for a little bit, hanging out on the backlist, probably hanging out on your shelf somewhere. I encourage you to go check that out, pick them up, take them to the beach, take them to the lake, take them wherever you're gonna be, the soccer field. That's where I'm hanging out a lot lately. But highly encourage you to pick these up to get some good summer vibes and good summer reading. And when I'm thinking of summer reads, there's a few things that I look for. Sometimes I look for a big book to kind of tackle throughout the entire summer. Leela Meacham is epic for that with her Titans and Roses, which is always kind of on my mind. But I was thinking literal beach reads, literal summer reads. And so I went that direction for this list. Maybe I'll do another list for some other ones. But I wanted to start out with, again, literal. We're gonna go with Summer Rental by Mary Kay Andrews. I read this a lot of summers ago, more than 5 summers ago. But I do remember really enjoying it. I gave it 4 stars, and it really follows 3 friends. Yeah, this was right when I was in my 30s, so this could have been, wow. Okay, we're not gonna go there. 3 friends who are in their 30s, really, really good friends as they were growing up. And of course, life happens and they kind of went their separate ways. And they're kind of each experiencing some life things that are going on that are really making them just want to get away for a little bit. And so they decide to reconnect at a beach house that they're renting in North Carolina and spend, I think, about a month together at that house and just come back together. So it's a really great story of friendship, story of dealing with adulthood things, kind of growing up a little bit more. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it 4 stars at the time. Next one I want to talk about, and I cannot talk about this book enough, and I just go with me. But On the Island, you guys, by Tracy Garvis Graves. Really great summer read because they're hanging out on an island. But if you want a little bit more than just an easy read vibe, this one will get to you because there's some emotions that might happen. So we have Anna Emerson, again, 30 years old. I seem to be going with that. She's an English teacher. She is needing to get out, needing to get on an adventure, needing to kind of get out of the mundaneness that has been the last few years of her life. So she decides, or she is asked to tutor a 16-year-old TJ who is he's been fighting cancer for a while, he's in remission, and their family is going to the Maldives to spend the summer, and they're willing to pay her and bring her along to tutor TJ. So his parents go ahead of time. TJ finishes out the school year and she has to finish out the school year. So Anna and TJ end up leaving a few days after his parents do. They board a private plane headed to their summer home. And then the unthinkable happens. The plane, don't worry, this is not spoiling. It's literally in the back. The plane crashes in shark-infested water. They make it to shore, but soon discover they're on an inhabited island. They're in the Maldives, but they're on an island that no one else is there. And now they have to think of survival. It says, as days turns to weeks and then months, Anna begins to wonder if the biggest challenge of all might be living with a boy who's gradually becoming a man. So there is a little bit of that, a little bit of how does this relationship work? How are they going to survive together? I really like this book. So perfect summer read if you're looking for something a little bit more adventurous. Next one I want to talk about is The House on Fripp Island by Rebecca Kaufman. I listened to this through my Libro FM account, again, linked below if you're interested. And and I can still remember the walks and the runs I was taking as I was listening to this book. So this follows two families. One family's they've had some success in their life and they're living the dream, and the wives are best friends. And so the other family kind of struggling, not having the greatest of time, not as easy of a life. So the one family decides to rent this house on Fripp Island. I want to say they maybe won it in a auction or something like that. So, and it can fit another family. So they invite the other family to come along. There's interesting dynamics between the two families, interesting relationships between the husbands and the wives, interesting connections with the kids. Really, really a good summer read. They're on the island. It's fantastic. I do question, because on the cover of the book, they're in a pool, but they're on the ocean. So I don't recall a pool ever. I could be wrong. But a really great book, a little bit of a mystery in it. So not quite just your easy read. There's a little bit of a mystery, but not quite as crazy as this book can get, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. All right. Next one I have is The Castaways by Jessica Fleck. So I believe this is YA, but a little bit of a fantasy element to it. So there's a castaway carnival, and it's a mysterious, really fun, yet full of hidden dangers, and it kind of travels around, and it comes to this town, and it's really renowned for its infamous corn maze. But then kids start going missing in this corn maze. So Olive is our main character. She's having a hard time with school, having a hard time with some other kids in class. I completely had empathy for Olive. I feel like I was Olive in school. School was not fun for me. So I felt for Olive, and she has to get away from these bullies that are coming kind of after her. So she runs into the maze. She knows she's not supposed to, but it's her only option. And she wakes up on an isolated and undetectable island where a decades-long war between two factions of rival teens is in full swing. So she finds where all these teens have been going, into this other island. There's this portal. So she's trapped there, and she needs to slowly attempt to win each of her new comrades' hearts, as Will, their mysterious, stoically quiet, and handsome leader, steals hers. So, just cheering. Olive's only sure about one thing. Her troop consists of the good guys, and she'll do whatever it takes to help them win the war and get back home. But victory may require more betrayal, sacrifice, and heartbreak than she's ready for. So it's quite the adventure. It gives me kind of Peter Pan, Neverland vibes. I'm not saying it's like a retelling, but it gives me that vibes of now all these kids are in charge of this island. And it's really good. I actually had to go take this. I was looking on my shelves and could not find it. Yep, my daughter took it up to her room. It was part of her collection. So that's fine. I encourage her to take whatever she needs to take, but I'm excited for her to read that one. Next one I want to talk about is probably one that's not very well known, because I want to say she's a local author to me, ends up being kind of a friend of a friend. So I was able to read this and really, really liked it more than I thought I would. And it's called Choose Us by Kaylee Marco. So think Bachelor setting. So we have two friends. He is this somewhat famous snowboarder or skater. Snowboarder or skater. One of those. Somewhat famous. And she's known him all of his life. They're the best of friends. And so he's given an opportunity to go on a show similar to The Bachelor. It's not called The Bachelor, but similar to The Bachelor, to kind of help his fame, help his kind of his look, help him along. And his only request is that his best friend gets to be one of the contestants. Nobody else is supposed to know, but he wants her there to kind of keep him sane. He has no desire to go on this show, but it's kind of a thing he needs to do. So they go on the show, and it is it's crazy. And I really liked it. So if you're looking for the easy read, it's not a perfect book. The writing, I think, it's good. I just loved the plot and I loved what happened. A little predictable, a little not. I really, really enjoyed it. So what did I do? Give it 4 stars? I think so. All right, the last one I want to talk about, I can't tell you summer reads without mentioning our friend Christina Lauren. Well, friends, Christina Lauren. So Unhoneymooners is the one I'm going to pick for today. Again, easy read. There's some angst between our characters. There are some hilarious moments. Like I laughed out loud a couple of times in here. It was great. So we have Olive and her twin sister's getting married. And she likes who her twin sister's marrying. She does not like his brother. So she's maid of honor, or is it his brother? Yeah. So Ethan is the best man. So we've got Olive maid of honor, Ethan best man. The night before, or no, the day of the wedding, there's a buffet. And Olive and Ethan are the only two that don't eat from the buffet, and it's lucky they didn't because everybody there got food poisoning. And so Olive's sister is like, hey, I have this really, really great honeymoon prepared, going to Hawaii. She actually, I think she got it for free because she went through all of these like giveaways and stuff as she was planning her wedding. So like it has to, she can't reschedule it. Somebody has to go. So she convinces Olive to go, and Ethan also goes along with. And they're both like, hey, free trip to Hawaii, even though I can't stand you, I'm not gonna not do this. I mean, you can imagine what happens like in the main gist of things, but there are some funny moments, and I really liked that book. 4 stars, 5 stars, I can't remember. Something like that. So those are 6 backlist books that are perfect for reading on the beach or perfect summer reads. I absolutely highly recommend you picking up all of them. If you have any backlist book recommendations for beach reads, leave them below. Otherwise, hop over to Sarah's channel, see what she has to say for today. And like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.